All right, guys, what is up? What is up? How's everyone doing today? Let's get this live underway. I'm pretty sure everybody's waiting patiently for the live, figuring out what the market is going to do. Had a really good time to analyze the charts today, no judgment. And I'm pretty sure Bitcoin's going to do it unless it drops right now. So we'll have to kind of see what's happening. Simster, how you doing? All right, guys, top of the hour on Tokyo. Tokyo is doing absolutely nothing. Okay, so I'm pretty sure people are looking to short, but I don't believe it is the right time to short right now. And I'm going to tell you guys why. So if we look at Bitcoin right here, how's everyone doing this evening? Any trades? Bitcoin is really trying to fake out. So essentially here you can see your 1 hour dropping. You can see your 1 hour dropping on Bitcoin, guys. And with the 1 hour dropping, your momentum indicator is dropping, okay? So all fine and dandy. The stochastic RSI is dropping. You even broke the trend here on Bitcoin, so that should signal a drop. It should make sense that we would drop here. However, We are completely oversold on the 5-minute. Now, we may just drop. Sure, that's a possibility. But we are bouncing off of the trend line here that New York made to bounce off the prior low for London. So kind of just to show you guys what has happened in the market today, let's go back here in time a bit. So shorting is really risky right now because Bitcoin could still potentially pump up to that 88K target. And judging by what London did last night when everybody was sleeping, I would say that, yeah, you pretty much could pump all the way to the top around 88K, and then I would say that is a drop if we do hold this channel. However, what London did, or I guess what New York did, is we had a trend right here, guys. Boom, we had a trend right here, and we broke it. All fine and dandy. But what happened was that London took out the previous low from last night, and then New York, on that close, New York picked it up right there. So London dumped all the way on that close to about 86.3. New York said, nope, we're not going to have that. We are going to continue up. And then forming a new low, even though we broke that trend right there. So now the question is, are we going to break the trend in Tokyo? I don't think we will. The reason I don't think we will is if our 5 minutes oversold, we very well could. We're dropping on the 1 hour. But now you're almost oversold on the 1 hour and continuing that uptrend. Now, you are rejecting this area right here, guys, which is definitely bearish for sure. We broke the trend, right? So if you look at it, we broke the trend. The only time I would really be shorting, though, is if it breaks this 87.1, because that would be the break of trend. So essentially, Tokyo, I wouldn't say Tokyo is manipulation, but this channel right here does not line up with my resistance. So I don't like the short right now because we didn't break the trend. And we are bouncing off of a higher low right there. So essentially, yes, we're broke right here. But if you guys look right here, pointed out earlier in the live, shout out to Olga, by the way, one of our fam members. I lined this up with my two tops here on my RSI. And I take, for those two tops right here, 1 and 2, that does take us to that 88K target, which would be about 88.2 at this point, okay? We keep on going down and down. Whatever this says right here, 88.2, 88.3. So based on what London did last night, I would look for London to recover the market to around 88K roughly. Is anyone any trades at the moment, guys? Any shorts, any longs? I'll go over Aave as well because it is definitely my favorite coin to trade. But we can see that Bitcoin's very, very weak down here. Trying to push down, trying to push down. I'd be shocked if we broke the trend. Again, manipulation into New York today shocked me earlier. But it is pretty clear we're not really going to drop until we hit that until we hit that side of resistance right there. So I would say we got 24 hours-ish till the market drops. That is what I would say. Roughly 24 hours till the market drops. Roughly. Shorting Aave, there we go. Aave is a good short, guys. I will go into Aave, though. Smash that like button, guys. So here's Aave. Aave can definitely dump, okay? And obviously, we know Aave's in a downtrend. But with Bitcoin holding this trend, Aave is going to range right here. Trust me, I love the short for Aave. That, you know, we're in a downtrend, but being that Aave is in a little rounded bottom right now and Bitcoin's coming back up, I would look for Aave to come back to around 189 and fill a liquidity block right here, anywhere around 189 to about 190. Only if Bitcoin holds the uptrend. But I'm looking at the pattern from last night, and I'll tell you right now, guys, London took us to the top. I was sleeping, okay? We were dropping when I was sleeping. I'm like, okay, no worries. I got stopped out of my short, okay? I'm going to be the first person to say that. If you don't say your losses, you're not a true trader. I got stopped out of my short in the middle of the night because what happened was we were in this bear flag. We were dumping. But then you go relook at that RSI from the bottom, and we need to catch up to the top of that RSI. So everybody is going short right now if you're looking at technicals, except I would expect us to recover into London. If we don't recover into London and we break 87.1, you're pretty much looking for Bitcoin to drop down to... You're looking at Bitcoin to drop down to about 83.9 if we break it, okay? We are oversold on the 15-minute now, and Bitcoin has some bullish divergence on the 15-minute time frame. So I'm short all day, absolutely, but this is very, and I mean very, very oversold. All right, guys, very oversold. So I see Bitcoin riding the bottom of the trend line here until London, consolidating, accumulating, whatever you want to call it. Riding the trend line, riding the trend line, riding the trend line, and then pushing up. We don't have much room to the top, though. So I would say New York is probably going to be a down day. And it is Wednesday. Typically, we do drop on a Wednesday. By the time New York opens up, we should hit that top. Whatever that top is going to be, guys, that's what we're going to go for, right? So if we look at Ethereum, we'll keep an eye on Bitcoin because I do believe it is going to push up through London. And Ethereum is doing what exactly it is doing still in the Aave short. Yeah, Aave short is good, guys, but keep in mind it could pump up to 189, 188, back and forth, back and forth. Then once we touch the top on Bitcoin, Aave is going to tank, and I would say Ethereum is going to set up. I looked at this market all day today, and this is what is looking like is about to happen. We're going to keep on consolidating on Ethereum till we hit this channel. Once we hit this channel, you're going to see a sell candle on Aave potentially. And Ethereum's going to keep on going to the side until you hit here. Okay, once you hit that area right here, that should be the short. And I would say that would take us into New York, which would line up because New York is typically a Wednesday dump. my thumbnail, I'll show you guys my thumbnail if you didn't see it. This is my thumbnail, 24 hours, because that should be when New York should be signing up or lining up with the resistance, and that will probably be the drop. So make sure you guys smash up that like button, guys. Let's run up the live. Shorts are definitely good. There's not much more room in the market. However, you did just break the 5-minute and 1-minute trend. So I'm not saying I would go long, but I probably would long here or hold your short and run it up to the top. Now, if you're going to bed, you absolutely do not run this up to the top because you're going to bed and you're kind of hooped. But if we go look at AVE right here, we are going to see AVE recover. It is still in the downtrend, don't worry. But you can see this rounded top is potentially going to play out until Bitcoin heads to the top of this 88 target. Whatever that 88 target is. If Bitcoin is weak and breaks this, that is when you short the market all day and you pretty much ride it. We could just get weak. We could hit this previous high and then we could drop. The only reason I don't believe that is going to happen, especially after seeing a full session today, because New York has the most volume, we have bullish dive, and we haven't hit the top of our 2-point peaks on our RSI, okay? So yes, Bitcoin is probably going to potentially pump into London until we hit the top. It looks like it is going to be an absolute capitulation tomorrow. Anything happening tomorrow, guys, FOMC or anything like that? I guess I could go look at the calendar. Okay, Forex calendar. So tomorrow's the 17th. Unemployment rate. So unemployment rate usually does make the market drop. Not bad, not bad. Well, it depends on what the unemployment numbers come in at. There you go, right? We're bouncing off. So we've got that bullish divergence at the bottom of that trend line. Now we can see AVE pumping a bit here because Bitcoin is pushing to the top. But when Bitcoin gets maxed out and Ethereum gets maxed out, guys, we are definitely going to come down. Which AVE could potentially hit 190, guys. If you're looking at your liquidity blocks, 189 to 190. It is still in the downtrend, keep in mind. But the reality is that if Bitcoin pushes up, AVE is definitely going to push up. Once we break here, though, we're done. Here's our next target on Bitcoin after we break here. You look at about 83.5. If Bitcoin lines up right here, you're looking about 83.5. Inflation report on Thursday, and tomorrow we have unemployment rate. So I imagine the unemployment rate is going to come in bad. D. Robinson, how you doing? What's a good area for a SUI and APT long? So it's tough for me to say long the market right now because the risk to reward is very, very low. But three FOMC speakers and crude oil inventories tomorrow. Yeah, we're probably going to drop. We'll see where Bitcoin is. Smash that like button, guys. Welcome to everybody on the live. I hope you had an awesome day, guys. Non-financial advice. Make sure you guys are lining up your own setups with mine. But make sure you're protecting your capital, okay? So right here, guys, you can see. So if I was looking for a SUI short or a SUI long, I don't think I would because it broke the trend here. But the trend didn't bounce off here. So potentially, I don't think we will. I don't think SUI's a good long because typically, again, you could do what you want, but typically when you're looking at a long, you want a 1-to-3 ratio, right? So that means that's a 1-to-2. Your stop loss would literally have to be at like 1 foot. Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. If you're longing Bitcoin, Bitcoin's a better long. I can't promise you it's not going to drop, but we are in the uptrend right now still, so we kind of got to play it. But if you're longing Bitcoin here, stop loss right at 87. That's even a bad long. To be honest, I wouldn't really be trading this until we get to the top. I personally am in a long because this is now a 3-point trend. I'm still shorting Aave, guys. Don't get it twisted, right? But I do want to take advantage of Bitcoin's 3-point trend. And a 3-point trend is very, very strong, which means that for Bitcoin to break this, it would have to break it. And if it does, awesome. Then we go short. You don't have to take profit. Set your stop loss in profit. You don't have to close your trades, guys, just because I'm looking at an idea, right? But again, it looks as of right now for the new people just joining the live, looks like you're going to go up sideways like this until London. And then I can see London pushing us up. And then I can see New York absolutely giving the hammer and 83.5 Bitcoin. Or we break out. But I don't see us breaking out, and I'll tell you why. Because if you're looking right here on the 18-hour, I'm looking at my liquidation heat map now. Liquidation leverage is on 87.7 to 88K. Then maybe drop. There you go. In that region, whatever the top of that channel is, right? So guys, here's what we've been looking at for the last 48 hours here. A long on Bitcoin would not be a bad idea if you set your stop loss and profit, guys. And normally I don't recommend longing the market. Just make sure you have a stop loss and profit. I'll leave it at that. But, okay, so if you look at your 18-hour, yeah, we're definitely going to drop soon. 18 hours pointing down. Daily's pointing down and back tested the drop. I never long this, by the way. I just have a stop loss. I usually don't long a downtrend. It just is, it's a 3-point trend. So anytime you guys see something bouncing off another, making a 2-point, it isn't going to hold that well. It'll hold. But once you get a 3-point, it is very, very tough to break it. So essentially, guys, right here, you can see that we broke and we're back testing it. We are into no man's land right now, which means Bitcoin is on target for 83.5 and ultimately 80K and 76K. If you guys have been a part of the channel for a while, you'll know what I mean. We'll go into that macro trend in a bit. But if you go the 4-hour time frame, we're completely overbought. The 4-hour MACD is crossed. So this is telling me that Bitcoin is not going to drop yet, okay? I typically don't go against my MACD, which is why I'm not shorting Bitcoin right now. Aave, absolutely. Aave is a good trade no matter what. We know Aave is going to do its thing. But Bitcoin MACD 4 hours up. Now, it is still very, very bearish. What this means is that we have some volume coming in, but we're below the zero line. So pretty much once we hit that resistance, we're definitely going to drop. Now, if you guys see the MACD turn down tomorrow, you could expect an absolute capitulation, liquidation event, whatever you want to call it. Tokyo and London has not really dumped lately. New York is setting up the volume. Tokyo has been accumulating. London has been manipulating or accumulating. So if we know that, we know New York is setting up. Down here, New York pushed us up. Why? Because we had resistance here. Up here, you're looking at the top. Wednesday being dump day typically, New York is probably going to dump the market. But guys, if you go to bed and Bitcoin is up here and you're in a trade, that is not good, because you can already see on the 1 hour time frame. You can already see on the 1 hour time frame we're rejecting the RSI, right? This is a key thing for everybody to note on the RSI. Most people would short this. You got to line up your RSI with the resistance. If it doesn't line up, you're going to get bearish divergence, and this thing is going to go for that resistance and give you a better entry, so to speak. All right, guys, smash that like button, guys. Hit the like button. Let's run it up. We've got an hour close here. We closed the 4 hour in 59 minutes, essentially. Thank you for taking your time out of the day to come watch the channel. Come be a part of our live. And there you go. You broke that little 5 minute, and you're bouncing off that trend on BTC. Oh, my head hurts. This market is ridiculous. You just got to step back and take a step back, not drink the Kool-Aid, right? Like in my head, guys, I'll be real with you. I'm a human being, right? If someone says they know the exact direction, they don't. In my head, I'm like, okay, we're overbought. We're dropping. But then we're bouncing off the trend. Then we got that resistance, and then you got the top of the RSI not getting hit. Once the top of the RSI didn't get hit, it was essential that we are pretty much going to move up to the resistance. Now, if we were hit right here and started dropping, then I would say, okay, I'm long. There you go. But keep cautious around that 88.3 marker. Yeah, so Aave is coming back up. It looks like Aave will play the channel to about, again, we're in a downtrend channel on Aave, but we have a channel right here. So I could see Aave wicking to around anywhere in this region, 190. I would say 190 is probably a good take profit or a good rejection, I mean, on Aave. You kind of got to follow Bitcoin, right? So we can see Bitcoin is moving up here. Aave is going to move up with Bitcoin. I personally am long on Bitcoin, guys, and I said I'm not long in this market. It just made kind of sense, right? With that bullish dive too. And again, if you guys are just tuning into the live here, guys, Ethereum, right? Look at Ethereum. Ethereum's getting close. Very, very close. Once ETH hits the top, just like Bitcoin. Okay. Here we go. Watch the RSI. Just like Bitcoin, guys, ETH will essentially come up to here. You're in a long on Bitcoin, take profit 102. I'd be cautious around 88,300. I'm just letting you know what I see. But if you want to take profit at 102, I would definitely set stop loss. It would be really tough for Bitcoin to go to 102 because we back tested the downtrend, right? So for Bitcoin to go to 102, it would have to stay in that channel, and it didn't. But again, I can't tell you guys what to do. I'm just showing you guys what I see, right? So Ethereum, you're looking at Ethereum hitting the top of the RSI before it drops, which means that Ethereum would hit about $3,000. And that is when you're going to notice the reversal on Aave and every single Ethereum coin, right? Here's the thing about 102. If we held this area right here, 102's okay. But we broke this trend. That means that whales are no longer interested on Bitcoin, right? As a whale, if I'm in a trend like this and I break, I'm pulling out millions of dollars. There is no way, because this is a trend from 82. And then the other thing is on Bitcoin, and guys, this is just an idea too, right? Like anything could happen. We know the market's all over the place. This is the only thing I don't like in the market, okay? The only thing I don't like is the fact that we actually never hit the high here, but the top would be 93. I wouldn't even see us breaking that. However, now because it looks like we hit the top and broke that, faked out right there, the top would be 89. For this to get back above 102, we would have to get back inside of that channel. If we could get back inside of that channel, we can definitely move up for sure. But that is my scenario there. Yeah, make sure you set stop loss and profit. I think 102 is a lengthy profit. If we break this, then we've got 91. Is Zilliqa still a thing? I haven't looked at Zill in a minute. And XGen, I'm not saying your 102 is a bad number. I'm just kind of showing you what I see. Anything could happen, right? I like your guys' feedback as well. A lot of us trade different ways, right? People trade off EMAs. People trade off the fib. People trade off of candle structure. There is no right or wrong answer. The right or wrong answer is putting a stop loss, a trailing stop loss, a stop loss to lose less and win more. And that is how we win in the market, right? Okay, Zill is crazy low. Like, this is brutal. I don't know. Yeah, so Zilliqa is not looking too bad, I guess. Fast Easy 96 is your target. Okay, so we got some people thinking Bitcoin is going to push back up. Maybe I got to hold my long through the night. No, I'm kidding. If Bitcoin does break this channel, for sure 96 all day. But Bitcoin is in a downtrend, so it needs to break 91. And then it also needs to break out of here. That's another thing too. If Bitcoin breaks out of here, guys, the market will pump, okay? 100%, because now you're breaking out of this downtrend. If Bitcoin doesn't, we have two scenarios. If Bitcoin doesn't, then we are going to drop back down to 83.5, and 83.5 is personally my next target. Until the downtrend breaks, I typically never long. Except I'm long right now, because why not? We clearly bounced off the trend. Four-hour trend, lower highs now needs a higher high into 96. Okay, we'll see what happens. All right, guys, smash up that like button, guys. Let's run up the live. Make sure you guys set your stop loss and profit. Let's take a look at Bonk. Bonk has done nothing. It broke. Now it is ranging. Bonk is in a very nice bear flag. This will be absolutely perfect once we break once we hit the top here. So if we're looking for the resistance on Bonk, because we all want to catch this short, providing it plays out. Pretty much once it breaks this bear flag, you're going to drop. Set an alert on Bonk here, guys, around 008502. Because once we get the big drop on Bonk, Bonk is going to come crashing down and make us a lot of money. Shout out to all the new people, guys, here tonight. I appreciate you. Let me know if you're new to the channel. How many touches do I look for in the RSI? Sinster, great question. We're going to be talking about that in the new year with our seminar, but 3. So 3 is a trend. 3 is a strong trend. Okay, so pretty much if I'm looking from right here to right here, yes, we broke, but now I got to redraw my RSI in the 15-minute, which would be from right here. Like, that is a crazy RSI, crazy bearish, honestly, because once the RSI hits the top, it does need to hit the bottom. So that is another thing too. We're hitting resistance in how many hours, and the RSI has already touched the top. So guys, keep in mind, the 15-minute RSI, when it touches the top, it eventually needs to go back down to the bottom before retracing and getting new buyers, like really good buying momentum. Cam, what is up? Shout out to you. Welcome to the channel. I appreciate you and your comment. Is Tau going to follow BTC for the short-term pump here? Let's see what Tau is going to do. So Tau is a bit weird. It dropped a lot, obviously. Hype is moving up fast. So Tau is pretty good resistance here. It is essentially dumping. I mean support, really good support. Yeah, I would say Tau comes back down to about 250. But I'll be real with you, this isn't really worth trading. And I'm going to say why, because it is a risk to reward of 1-to-1. So essentially, when I look at risk to reward, guys, I'm looking at how much this is for the new people to the channel, for the OG people. A lot of people use this in Forex because it is a waste of time unless you're a scalper on the 1 minute, completely different, to trade a trade that's going to go here. So if my stop loss is above the fair value gap on Tau, that wouldn't even be that good. It would have to be somewhere around here. That is all I'm looking for. So realistically, if I was looking for Tau, I'd be looking for a long. Of course, I'm not going to long with Bitcoin at resistance, but that is what I would be doing on Tau for sure. So I'll set an alert right here on Tau at about 247 and see what is happening. Very slow momentum on Bitcoin, guys. And one of the reasons is because we're almost at the top and we've technically hit the top of the stochastic RSI. So London is probably going to take us to the promised land here around 88. I don't like how the 5 minute is overbought, but the 4 hour is telling me that we are still going to be moving up here for at least another 44 minutes. And if I'm looking at my liquidity blocks here on Bitcoin, I personally would love Aave to hit 190 one more time. I know you guys don't want to hear that, but for those shorting Aave. So we are hitting the equilibrium break of structure right here, which is pretty darn bearish. Gonna do my head in. Like, I would appreciate we just pump up already and then drop, like, you know? Okay, so if we're lining up Bitcoin going sideways the whole time to our equilibrium structure, there you go. That is 88.1. So if we look at Bitcoin here, the top of our equilibrium structure for resistance is about 88.1. So I would say you're going to go sideways until you hit 88.1. 88 to 88.1, and that would be the top. Because it doesn't look like Bitcoin is going to fly right up to 88.4. And with our liquidity blocks on Bitcoin, you're going sideways. You're going very, very sideways. There's no pump happening. It is just a slow uptrend to 88.1. So I would say 88.1 is the top of the market. We could wick up to 88.2 or 88.3, but at that point, you line up that with right here. We hit that once at previous high, and that was earlier. Did we even hit 88.1? Yeah, we hit 88.1. So I'm going to say we're going to go revisit 88.1 sideways before dropping. And then Ethereum. Ethereum is same thing, 2,900. So let's say Ethereum just bounces up and down like this. Where's our 2,900? Ethereum's very, very bearish right now. Ethereum's so overbought in the 1 hour time frame. We're just really waiting for Bitcoin to make a move. That's really it. So you guys could see Ethereum's very, very overbought. And the reason Ethereum's overbought is it's going to go to the top of the RSI in the 1 hour. That is your resistance right here. I have an entry at 185 and big buy order 190. There we go. PC Surgeon, I appreciate you. Ron, 87,500 is a critical level. If we hold, we go back to 89 to 91. If we go under 79 to 80. Thank you for your comment, Ron. Let's see, guys. Let's see what happens, right? But I see Ethereum ranging until we hit the side of the channel, which is 2,900. And that would be the top of your liquidity gap. Because we're not breaking it. We're not breaking the equilibrium structure. And on Bitcoin on the 4 hour. So for a lot of people, guys, if you're looking at a 4 hour time frame and we potentially broke out of this downtrend, yeah, ideally we could go to 92 to 94, ideally, if it broke out. But if it doesn't break out, because the daily back tested already, keep in mind the daily's in a downtrend right here. You're looking at on the daily. So this would take about 12 days to 2 weeks. You'd be looking at about 78.6 to about 74. That is a big red candle right there off that daily break. That is crazy. What's crazier though is we are holding the trend, but obviously there's resistance that makes complete sense for sure. All right. So we are going sideways, literally sideways. The whole point. You're not going to see much of a pump. You're just going to see sideways momentum into London. London might take us to the top pretty quick. We'll have to see. Okay, now that I got that figured out, I do want to go look at Tesla because, man, I got to start going over stocks, guys. We called the breakout on Tesla like a week ago. Look at that breakout. Boom. Tesla's going to go for about 620 if anybody has any options on Tesla. 620 coming up on Tesla. Possibly. Or you double top because you never hit the bottom of the channel in that area. And then what is gold doing? Guys, I'm going to show everybody how to get funded accounts in 2026. So basically, you get money given to you by a prop firm. Upwards of 100K to about $1 million, depending if you pass the test. So if anybody is potentially I'm not going to say less wealthy, and you're good at trading, you could essentially get given 100 grand. Non-financial advice. I will show you guys how to do it in 2026 in our webinar. So make sure you guys are at beastlimitless.com if you're not, because it will be completely free. Silver's flying. Gold's going to push up to about 4,400. Just Josh, and there we go, brother. 2026, I'll get you in the game. We'll get you guys 5 to 6 funded accounts. Each account, 100 grand, 100 grand, 100 grand. Now, don't think you could take out that money. It does not work like that, okay? Holy man, look at this channel I had drawn on silver back from 2021. Silver is gonna hit about, wow, I drew this back in 2021. This channel's from 2021. I don't use these channels anymore. I'd be looking for a short on silver, guys. Around 76, 78. I really do not see silver breaking a yearly channel. I don't see it breaking it. We broke it. So I'm going to say the top on silver is going to be about 78. Let me redraw it. I'm going to have to start doing videos on stocks, especially if this is going to be the top on silver. So am I long on BTC? At the moment, yes. But if it breaks, I am out very, very quick. But like I said, I just see BTC going sideways until it hits 88.1. Ave's doing some damage. Yeah, look at silver, guys. I would say the top on silver is going to be here. I said 70. Scratch what I said. Wait, hold on. This bearish pennant's in the way. Might have to... Hold on. Do not listen to what I just said. I'm going to redraw it. Yeah, 75. I would say the top on silver is 75. If we break that, we're going to all-time high. Then you're breaking a channel from 2010. Okay? So I'm going to be shorting it here for sure all day. All day, all day. If we break it, I lose the trade. It's a yearly channel from almost 15, 20 years ago. 15 years ago. Yes, I am long on Bitcoin, but very tight stop loss, and I'm expecting it to dump. I just am trying to squeeze it for what I can get out of it. And it doesn't look like much. My stop loss is at 87.1. Like I said, guys, I just see it going sideways pretty much until it drops. If it breaks this right here, though, this is going to come down quite a bit, which it doesn't look like it is going to. So just going sideways. JP Morgan closed all their short positions and went long for the first time in a year. Crazy. Let me see if Bitcoin is crossing down on the MACD yet in the 1 hour. Hold on, guys. I'm just looking at my trades here. Fast easy. I'm using prop firms, funded account prop firms. Bitcoin's literally trying to fake everybody out right now. Literally, Bitcoin is trying to fake everybody out right now. We're oversold on this 1 minute, though, so we'll see what happens. All right, guys, smash up that like button, fam. Let's run up the live. Let's run it up. Let's run it up. We're going to do a giveaway at 200 subscribers, guys. We're almost there. I appreciate all of you. I'll do the giveaway when I figure out what's happening with my trading account. But we're almost there, and then we'll do the giveaway once I got those funds released. I appreciate you guys all for subscribing and coming on. Are you still considering doing Forex? Absolutely. I'm doing it right now. So, Kevin, I'm going to be showing everybody how to do that on a funded account in 2026. Right now with Bitcoin, guys, you got to pay attention to the 1 minute. This is the most important, the 1 minute, okay? Because you line up your 15-minute. You line up your 15-minute right here. And you want to see if it's going to break that. If we break this, we drop, which I'd be okay with. I'd honestly be okay with us dropping if we broke this. I just got to make sure I'm drawing my channel right. Okay. Take off this bearish flag. We don't need it right now. You know what? We're going to redraw this whole thing. Redraw the whole thing. Okay. So I'm going to take my parallel channel to here. Perfect. And then I'm going to take my 1 hour to here. And I'm going to match up. How do I feel about the USD Euro? I haven't really been trading that. I've been trading US oil and gold, platinum, copper. And I'm going to take my actual trend from here to here. We'll see what happens, right? Bitcoin's literally just doing nothing in the Tokyo session. Looks like we're breaking. It looks like we are breaking. But now the question is, are we going to break this area right here? Yeah, we broke the trend. We broke the trend. We broke the trend. However, we haven't broken this wick. So give me a minute, guys. I'm trying to line this up on my own TA here. No, we broke the trend all day. Okay, so if I go from here to here, yeah, we broke the trend. We absolutely broke the trend. So being that we broke the trend, the market should come down now. We'll see what happens here. All right. So we broke the trend on Bitcoin. And now we'll see what happens. So here's what happened, guys. The back test, it did break the trend. It is somewhere around right here, because that would be our back test. So if this breaks, I'm out and I'm shorting all day. I'm back. Yeah, I'm definitely back. I appreciate you, Capes. Thank you. We broke the trend all day, guys. There's no explanation here. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not messing this up. So we broke the trend. We didn't hit our 88 target. Now that really messes things up for me. No, we broke it. All right, so you guys are seeing me do like some crazy TA because we absolutely broke the trend, like 100%. So if this is going to be a fake out, it could be a fake out. This would literally have to close green in 3 minutes. And the area that we're waiting for in the 1 hour hasn't even hit. One of the reasons is because we're hitting the fair value gap and the 4 hours overbought. We'll see what happens, because it is double bottoming here. Tokyo could fake out for sure. So what I mean by 100% break of trend is it broke, but it is trying to fake out. So we'll have to see what happens. Can you explain why 100% trend broke? It broke, but again, it could fake out, right? That's why I'm looking at right here to see if it actually breaks that, because that is the bounce right here. Anyways, we got 17 minutes left on this candle right here, guys. So we'll see what happens. Which is essentially a 4-hour close. Zora may be a nice short. I've seen someone shorting Vine. This would be crazy if it faked out, because you are actually breaking the channel. So Someone was shorting Vine, so I can see Vine pushing up to the top here. It's like a movie. You're on the edge of your seat. Absolutely, right? Like, I want to see how that MACD closes because sure, we broke the trend, but I want to see if the MACD on the 1 hour crosses down. It would make sense in a downtrend market not to hit that liquidity block. So yeah, Vine could potentially hit the top here. Which is around 0.3. But other than that, Vine is really just ranging. Shout out to all the new people on the live, guys. I appreciate you. We go live morning and night. We hit 200 fam members, so I got to do a giveaway. I still got to do the first giveaway, but my funds are locked up in my exchange for crypto until I verify. So here's the deal with the market, guys. We did, in fact, break the trend, which is why we are dropping. You don't technically need to hit the top. The reason I wanted to hit the top was because the top was the RSI, but you are faking out of that breakout and dropping. The only thing I don't like is that this is pretty much a double bottom, but we did break the trend. So crazy stuff. And essentially, if we close that 4 hour below that trend, which we've got resistance here as well. If we close the 4 hour below that, which is your key support right here on your fair value gap, $88. 88 is that support rejection area. Okay, so let me draw something here too. Yeah, this looks like it might be the top 88 to 88.1. 87.6. I want to see how this 4 hour closes. Now I need to look at Ethereum. Ethereum broke the trend too. No, it didn't. Ethereum didn't break the trend. So Bitcoin broke the trend, but Ethereum didn't. And I believe Aave is still in the range. Yeah, Aave is still in the range, not really doing anything. However, if you're looking at Aave, it is overbought, but it is staying in the range here. So this 4 hour candle is going to decide everything, guys. Shout out to all the new people, guys. If you are part of the live and new today, let me know in the comment section below where you guys are tuning in from. If you guys think Bitcoin is going to drop or pump. ETH may just have a Bart Simpson up out of there. There you go, CJDV, right? Sorry, guys, that was loud. We go in lower, 83 to 85. There you go, 83.5. Shout out to Portugal. Shout out to Toronto. Shout out to Canada. Shout out to New Zealand. Tuning in from your lazy boy. There you go. Okay, so we did break, but now Bitcoin is doing a little double bottom type of thing. Moment of truth here. Moment of truth. I don't see Bitcoin going much lower. We'll range until next year when the extra liquidity comes. Okay. Would BTC go as low as 75K? If you're looking at the channel, 75K is absolutely what we're looking for. Because keep in mind, we already backtested the break of the resistance, the support, right? So this was the backtest right here, which could be why we broke, because that means that Bitcoin can't go much higher. But we will know more information after the 4-hour candle. Yeah, if you actually look at your channel here, this should be the top on Bitcoin around that 88 marker. So there's your downtrend. And if we cross on this MACD, we're for sure coming down. Bitcoin 5,000% broke the trend. There is no uptrend anymore. So we got to assume that Bitcoin is going to dump. And another thing too, guys, is right here. We are in a downtrend on our 15-minute time frame, right? So downtrend on our 15-minute time frame. Which would explain a lot why Bitcoin is actually dropping. I'm going to open a short here on Bitcoin in a moment. All right, what about BNB? Everything is falling except for Aave. Aave is just chilling. I don't think Aave will actually drop until it breaks, until Bitcoin breaks 85. Okay, how about How about bonk? Are we dropping yet? Yeah, we're starting to. We're starting to. Hit that like button, guys. We are on the dial tonight. Oh, yeah, I took off my bear flag. Sure. Yeah, bonk is about to break. I opened up a short, so we'll see. I closed my long, opened up a short. If we fake out, we fake out. It is what it is. I have enough room. Okay, so bonk is literally about to crash and burn, guys. Crash and burn, literally. Looks like a big drop coming. Here's the thing. When you break the trend, you can't overthink it. The trend is broken. If something does not make sense, like why are we not hitting 88.3? It doesn't matter if it makes sense to you. You follow the trend. So I'm shorting. I got on my long and I'm shorting. Literally, bonk is about to break this trend right here. So if bonk breaks this trend right here, you're coming down. Keep an eye on it, guys. I got to watch Bitcoin. Trying to figure this out. Yeah, we're coming down for sure. Trend is broken, 1,000%. $15-minute is now in a downtrend. So you can see that we have broken set trend and we keep hitting the top over and over again. Now remember what I told you guys about the RSI resetting itself on the 15-minute time frame. This RSI needs to come all the way to the bottom and reset itself before it is actually going to be bullish and go up. All right, guys, smash that like button if you haven't, guys. Let's get this thing absolutely trending. We are definitely trending tonight. This MACD should turn red after this 1 hour close. That is what I'm looking for. You want to look at BNB? Okay, we'll look at BNB. Yeah, BNB just broke trend too. I want to look at toll 3 and see if it broke the trend. Or never mind, BNB didn't just break trend. It is about to. So if BNB drops out of this area right here, guys, we are absolutely dumping. But essentially, you've got support right here, kind of like how Bitcoin is wavering right now. You're going to see this break and dump off of the back test. All right, couple seconds left on Bitcoin here. All right, guys, if you haven't joined in our app, guys, it is completely free. For all the new people here, beastlimitless.com, it is completely free. I post trade setups. We're going to be doing lives here. Come hang out in the pack chat. Come post your wins. Post charts, guys. Help each other out. Big bear flag on BNB. Yeah, absolutely. For sure, for sure. All right, Bitcoin, let's see if it's going to fake out. Okay, so the MACD has crossed here on Bitcoin. MACD crossed. Trend is broken for sure. Now you're just going sideways. Four-hour is overbought and coming down. $15-minute MACD is dropping. 30-minute is dropping. Yeah, so whatever volume we're coming in now is just sideways, I guess. This double top is going to try and play out. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. So I see the market trying to recover here into the 1 hour close. But the reality is that we absolutely broke this uptrend right here. So whatever it does, expect it to go sideways a bit. It could possibly move sideways until you hit 88. We'll have to see what happens. But trend is broken on Bitcoin. So as of right now, if you don't want to short or long, I would say right now is not a trading zone. Or manage your leverage and tight stop loss here. Because we have resistance in this area right here too. So Bitcoin is literally in a moment of truth area where buyers are trying to come in. But the trend broke. So the trend is your friend, guys, in my personal opinion. Let's go look at a couple of coins here that potentially could be dropping. See, the only thing I don't like is Aave is just ranging. ZEC is dropping a lot. Everything's holding the line, right? Everything is holding that line, fam. Because we're literally at a breaking point of dumping or reversing, but that trend is broken. So I don't see it faking out? It could, but only to about 88 if it does. So if we're looking at ZEC, we kind of... I don't know if I would touch ZEC, guys. We're just hanging out. Same thing. ZEC can dump all the way down to 247. We could absolutely dump to 247 here. If it breaks this previous high, so to speak. I'm going to short though, guys. The trend broke. I got out of my long. If it ranges and pumps back up, that's fine. I got room to about 88.7. But let's see, Bitcoin, what are you trying to do here? Besides fake out. Okay, so Bitcoin's coming up, but it's broken, so we'll see what happens. XRP, all right. Okay, let's take a look at XRP, guys. So XRP is in this range, double bottom range here. And we see that XRP is in a downtrend. Yeah, so it looks like Bitcoin is faking out here on the trend break. But I would say now you're going to range on Bitcoin to about 87.5 to 88.1, possibly. Let me go look at something here. So I think we have a little bit of a fake out here on Bitcoin. No, you definitely broke the uptrend for sure. Ugh. Yeah, every confirmation showing me that Bitcoin is going to come down. So the only thing I don't like about this confirmation here is the fact that the 15-minute is so oversold, but it is in a downtrend. So here's what you got to look at when you're looking at the chart. This 15-minute keeps on hitting the top, drops, 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 drops. So essentially this 15-minute can hit the top here and then continue back down. If it breaks out, then you're going to get a breakout in the market. But this is key resistance. So I wouldn't even be following the channel. that we're looking at, I'd be following this RSI here. Is that a bear flag on ETH in the 1 hour time frame? Let's look at ETH. Sorry, I looked at XRP and I didn't exactly explain it. I was checking out Bitcoin again. So yeah, you've got kind of a bearish flag for sure. ETH is really going sideways here until it isn't. Now, the thing is, guys, ETH is very, very bearish, right? I'm in a short. I'm a short on Bitcoin, and I have room to about 89. I don't like the trend broken. I can't long when a trend is broken. I can't do it. Can't do it, especially when we're in a downtrend on the bottom of the on the 15 minute. Yeah, so ETH is definitely in a bearish flag. It didn't break the trend yet. ETH is the only one that didn't break the trend yet. ETH is riding that trend. At the moment, guys, Bitcoin is really just going to range. Maybe I drew this not that good. Yeah, see, Bitcoin's faking out here. So it looks like Bitcoin is going to play out this double bottom to resistance sideways, possibly to 87.7, whatever that is, going sideways here because it did break, but now it is really going sideways. So there's no direction until we hit whatever the top is, that resistance. That's all I got for that one. And then whenever the short plays out, it'll play out. I will say this, guys, as long as you are below this region right here, which is your 1 hour, Bitcoin is a short. If you break this, essentially you're breaking the top, then Bitcoin is a long, really. But we broke out and we're going sideways, so that is all I have. I'm not going to say it completely broke. It is just going sideways off of that breakout, which essentially it did break. There's no direction really. You're in a rounded top here, and you're just really going to range until you drop. That is what is going to happen in the market. Range until you drop. What is Aave? Is Aave the same place that it's been at, not moving, not doing anything? I don't know what to tell you guys on Aave. Aave will probably drop when Ethereum hits that, when Ethereum breaks, because Ethereum never broke. And Aave is an Ethereum contract. But I would say we're going to get a dump within the next 4 to 8 hours. even possibly 4 hours, right? There's no direction. Zero direction in the market. Well, we got the direction. We're in a downtrend, but that doesn't really matter. The other thing is the 15-minute is oversold. This market's wild. If we close this candle below, we're dumping. That is why I'm in a short, because when we break a trend, I short all day. I do not hold a trade when I break a downtrend, right? Doesn't make sense to me. Okay, we closed it. We closed that 15-minute candle. I'm trying to see if I'm drawing my channel wrong and maybe retracing the wick or it is bouncing off of somewhere, but I keep on redrawing the channel. Okay, I got to get rid of that bear flag. No, we broke the trend. 100%. 1,000% we broke the trend. Olga, what is up? How you doing? There goes Bonk. Yeah. Things are starting to come down. So they didn't wick up to our 88.1 target. That is confusing. And Tokyo has been in accumulation for a bit, right? So Bonk is coming down. And now we are going to start to see things about to dump. Aave and pretty much everything else. So I'm here for it. Aave is about to break. There you go. So the shorts on Aave, guys, banging. Bonk, there you go. Guys, smash up that like button if you like the TA. Non-financial advice, though. But we are absolutely about to hit 83.5. So we retraced this trend line here. You constantly kept on hitting the trend line. All right, there you go, guys. Bonk is dumping. If you're making profit on our channel, hit 111 in the comment section below if you're making profit on our channel. There you go. Bang. There it is. I would have never guessed we would break the trend in Tokyo because we were in an accumulation phase, which honestly means nothing, but Tokyo has faked everyone out. And I'm telling you right now, nobody expected this break of trend. Nobody. All right, so let's go to our liquidity blocks here. Shout out to all the new people. Shout out to all the new people on the live, guys. If you're new to the fam, hit that like button. Let me know where you're tuning in from. We got over 200 subscribers, guys. I will be giving away a $50 giveaway once I figure out my trading account. So look up for that one. Make sure you subscribe. So this was kind of written in the cards. But this was a key resistance right here, equilibrium resistance. Now, here's the thing, guys. Yes, we broke the trend, but I'm going to give you guys a scenario that is not just down because, sure, we're going to tank. Okay, we're going to dump hard. We probably come down to 83.5, 83.7. But here is the scenario if Bitcoin wanted to be very, very stubborn. I'm just providing the scenario, okay? There you go, guys. Bonk is absolutely dumping. Well, I'm glad I'm live. All right, hit that like, guys. Let's get this live trending, baby. All right? So here's the scenario. We did break trend, but I'm going to give you guys a scenario that could, you know what I mean? We're going down, but I'm going to give you guys another scenario. It could drop all the way to here and range sideways until it hits the uptrend. I'm going to tell you guys why. And it might just dump, okay? But riddle me this for a moment. Look at the last time Bitcoin dumped. It hit the baseline of the, whatever this is called. It hit the baseline of the conversion line and went sideways and then continued to dump. Here, it hit the conversion, or here, it hit the conversion line of the parallel channel and then continued up and continued to dump. So, yes, I am aiming for 83.5, but I really am aiming for this area right here. And maybe we get a continuation and then a dump all the way down to 82 or lower. If we break this area, Bitcoin will absolutely dump and come down like bricks. All right. But yeah, hit that like if you guys are enjoying the live, fam. What TA changes have I made since starting trading back? Yeah, I took a 5-month break. I have stopped going against the trend. So in the bull market, when Bitcoin was pumping, I only longed. And in the bear market, we are in a bear market. I've only been shorting. That is the number one change, the absolute number one change. The trend is your friend, guys. Make sure you set stop losses and profit, though, because we're not actually crashing and burning right now. Crypto Squid, the trend is your friend. Guys, I know it sounds crazy, but I'm going to get the trend is your friend tattooed right here. Because I want to see a chart pattern going up and down. I'm going to write trend is your friend. It just is a reminder. What's up? Here's the thing. We're not dumping, though. We're not actually tanking right now. Like, typically when you break a trend, you should be dumping very, very hard. We're dropping very slowly. So New York, well, you guys can kind of see where New York is probably going to go. The MACD still has not crossed down on the 4-hour, but it has crossed down on the 1-hour after that close. So that was enough confirmation to tell me that it wasn't going to be a fake out. The other thing is I'm going to look at my Ichimoku cloud. So 30 bars. Okay, so in the next 3 to 4 hours, Bitcoin should come down because this is going to cross your candle. And then you're going to have 30 bars for a drop, which would mean that your next candle should be a bigger drop than this candle right here. It is the lagging span on the Ichimoku cloud. Essentially, we want this white line, the lagging span, to cross over our candle momentum. And then we can see a bigger drop coming. See, if we go from right here to right here, a date range, we've got 30 bars, I believe. Bang, right there, 30 bars, and then you get the drop. And if we look at our 18-hour, our 18-hour is crossing with a tweezer reversal, I believe. And I can't see anything. Yeah, there you go. You got an 18-hour. I have to zoom into that, or I need glasses. Yeah, you got an 18-hour tweezer reversal right here. And that is officially marking the top of the market if we get the close over the next day. So if you look, for those of you that don't know tweezer reversals, I'm going to show you a bearish tweezer reversal here. So essentially, when you get the video, there we go. So right here would be our tweezer top. Where is it? There you go. So tweezer top, bearish reversal, tweezer bottom, bullish reversal. Anytime you guys see something like that, you're going to get a bearish reversal or a bullish reversal. So this is the top of the market as long as we close this candle right here. We can officially say we are about to dump. And even if I redraw this here, doesn't really matter. I'm going to come down. But I'd be looking at taking profit. I'd be looking at a support at around 88.5 to see if it ranges at that consolidation. 4 hours overbought. 3-day. Another reason we're starting to come down, guys, is because we have a 3-day close coming up and your RSI is pushing down off this little uptrend here. So you actually broke the uptrend on your RSI. I haven't seen this slow momentum off of trend break for a very, very long time. All right. Let's get into a couple of altcoins. I think I've figured out Bitcoin for now. We're going to range until we get some real momentum in. We know New York is probably going to dump it. Let's see here. What do we got? Mantle. Mantle is trending. MNT. Mantle is the only coin going against the market. The only coin going against the market, literally. Loza, I appreciate you. I'm happy I switched to a short from my long. That's what I mean. That's why I don't go. That's why I don't go against the trend. Sound like a broken record. Okay, guys, so there will be a giveaway. We hit 200 plus subscribers. I appreciate you guys, fam members. Thank you so much. Follow me on X if you have an X account. BeastX Bitcoin. And then beastlimitless.com is our app or our website. Make sure you go check it out. Someone let me know when Aave is crashing and burning. Thank you very much. So we've got a rounded bottom here on Mantle. It is literally the only thing going against the market. But here's the reason I don't like. Yeah, I'll share you guys my X account. It is supposed to be in the description. I thought I put it, but. Here's the X. Yeah, there's the X account, guys. The only reason I don't like Mantle is it did break out. It for sure broke out, but it also broke the trend. So I could see Mantle ranging. I could see Mantle ranging, hanging out in this area. Holy man, Bitcoin is so slow off this drop. I've never seen a trend like this be this slow, ever. I wouldn't trust mantle. We already broke the macro uptrend here. Okay, Aave. Let's dump it, guys. Let's dump it. Who wants to make some money? 185 on Aave. Aave is literally about to break this uptrend. Very, very close. So here's the question. Is London going to dump it? The whole market's dumping. Every session is pretty much going to sell off. What about the 200 EMA crossover? So if we're looking at the 200 EMA, yeah, this is about to crash and burn. Absolutely crash and burn over the next candle. Okay, what was the question? 200. What time frame are you talking about? Sinster, so again, the trend is your friend. Trend is your friend is the first one. And then the other one is I really focus on getting in and getting at the bottom of support. I'm not rushing it anymore. Okay, the weekly. Okay, so I have SMAs, which are pretty much the same thing. Bitcoin is losing this 50. We haven't closed a weekly candle below the 50, by the way. So we haven't closed a weekly candle below the 50, guys. We have closed every single week above the 50. This is bullish and bearish at the same time, because if we close the weekly candle below the 50, it is going to come down very heavy. And it looks like we are going back to that 83.5 target. The 1 week 200 EMA crossover. So yeah, you are bearish, right? Oh, you're talking about the death cross. I've been live for 2 hours. Give me a break. Okay, essentially, you can see the death cross here forming. It is a lagging indicator. So yeah, you're definitely right, Mohammed. This is going to make Bitcoin drop overall because this is the death cross. It is a lagging indicator. I don't think it is playing out. Here's what I'm more concerned about. And how you doing? Appreciate the comment. Don't forget to take profits. Listen to N. This is very important. Okay, so this is, did it seriously take out my 800 SMA? Trading view, what? Oh, no, it didn't. What? Oh, I'm smart. Huh. Okay. First time in the chat and got some good profit. Awesome, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming on to the channel. Okay, guys. So one of the reasons we are very bearish, if you guys go look at this short I did 3 weeks ago, I said Wall Street is going to attack the 800 SMA. And here it is right here. This is essentially your 800 SMA causing a major death cross. If you close below it, we haven't closed below it yet. But if you close below it here, you are going to basically completely drop, right? So we do need to stay above the death cross to be somewhat bullish. This drop is insane. It is just crazy. Because normally we're crashing and burning. It just... yeah, whatever. After this candle, there should be some downtrend momentum. Should be. There's a possibility we just range dump, range dump, range dump, range dump. With the 1 hour turning down, though, we should be hitting some key momentum. Let's look at Bitcoin here on the 1 hour. So we know the 1 hour trend is broken. So we know we're potentially coming back to this 85.3 target. We break 85.3. We come all the way down to 83 target. Okay, so these two areas right here. Now you do got a fair value gap approaching here on the 1 hour. So you might get a bit of a slow bleed here and then a continuation down. Okay, let's go check out Ethereum. There we go. ETH is right here, guys, right here. Let's see if Ethereum broke the trend. Ethereum broke the trend. So now you're going to start seeing ETH coins starting to dump. Ethereum broke the trend right here. So that means Ethereum is on target for about 2,700. That means that Aave, if you guys remember Aave, I keep on talking about it, I won't be quiet about it, is on target for... oh, man, Aave's... this double bottom is not going to play out, but Aave is crazy. Aave is ludicrous, not dropping at all. It will drop. It is waiting for Ethereum. How long do you think BTC can go? How low? So we're looking about 85.3 as our first target. But ultimately... ultimately, we're looking about 83.9 to 83.5. There is going to be a bit of support in this area, guys, right here. So it came a bit sooner, guys, but before the live happened, I like showing off my thumbnails. I put a lot of work into them. Before the live happened, I said 24 hours. Came a lot sooner than I expected. I really thought New York was going to do it. There you go. Tornado, Japan flag, 24 hours. I guess I was off a bit with my time, but within 24 hours of the live and started dropping. We broke. Now this trend line here. Oh yeah, that broke too. That broke too. So you're going to come and touch your 15. Remember I told you guys at the beginning of the live, the RSI always needs to reset. The RSI needed to reset. We kept on hitting it. We kept on hitting it and kept on hitting it. And there you go. It is now almost at the bottom. Then the 30-minute is going to chase the bottom. Then the 45-minute is going to chase the bottom. And then you have the 1 hour needing to chase the bottom. And that 88, whatever it was the drop right there. That was the fake out. Do I think Japan rate hike will impact negative on BTC specifically? I'm not sure, brother. Not sure. So what do I do, guys? Do I stay on the live? We're almost 2 hours and 20 minutes. I guess I stay on the live. Shout out to all the new people, guys. A lot of new people are joining our community tonight. Thank you for taking the time out of your day with your families, husbands, wives. Appreciate you. So remember, guys, I said the next candle will be red momentum. We've got 10 minutes left. And we're crossing our 30 bars. So you're looking for 30 bars from the drop here. Or I mean from this candle crossing. So that is about 30 bars, and that is right on track for the dump. And I will be teaching you guys the Ichimoku Cloud in the new year. Okay, we are doing a full webinar in 2026. One up, I appreciate you. Ordered some nuggets and stay on the live. Joji's actually making some Vietnamese spring rolls. Has literally been spending, for the OG people that know who he is, literally been spending 5 hours making me Vietnamese spring rolls. So I am good for food, all right? 4:47 a.m., you're crazy. So here's the thing, guys. We could have a bit of resistance here. I mean support, because this is a fair value gap. But if we are looking at sing us a song for more entertainment, you're going to have a little tough time in this area, but you should glide through it for sure. I think I should only give you 2 hours a day. Well, we're kind of dumping, so I'm going to give you guys a bit more. I like doing this, right? I like doing this. It's fun. I've been waiting for the drop. I've been banging my head against the wall, questioning my TA. I appreciate you, Kate. I know you're a good supporter of the channel. I know you just mean the best for me. You've been here for a long time. Guys, this live is trending. We're almost at 220 people. What is my take profit on Bonk? Remember, guys, there will be a giveaway. 50 bucks, just because it's not crazy right now. When we get up to 1,000, we're going to be doing larger money when I figure out how to take money out of my trading account. So we'll get to that right away. But I will do a giveaway the next live for sure. Promise. Remind me, okay? Where's your stop loss on BTC short now that the trend broke? First stop loss on Bonk. No, we're at 220 subscribers or whatever I just said, and we're at 65 views. We'll get it up there though. Michael, how you doing? So Bonk is Ave's breaking, guys. There you go. Ave's about to crash and burn. I repeat, crash and burn. For people wanting the Ave trade. I don't know. Bonk should be dumping. But realistically, my take profit is all the way down here on Bonk. My stop loss is break even. I don't know, because here's the thing. I would just put your stop loss above here. We know we're going to dump all the way down to here. Just above the previous breakout on the bear pennant. We're really going to start having downtrend momentum, guys, when the market is dumping. So just above this fair value gap, if you can, low leverage. Okay, let's look at Ave because we're finally dumping. Kind of ish. There you go. Ave shorts are about to get paid, guys. If you're not in an Ave short, low leverage, short it right here. 5x, it may bounce around and fake out, but it should dump all the way to 175. Ave shorts are about to get paid, absolutely paid. In Bonk, Ave, and Uniswap. There we go. Loza, so I have the stream set at 8:30 to 8 a.m. in the morning. The reason I do the Tokyo live at 8 to 8:30 is because people in the US are still driving home from work at 6 o'clock. So if I did it at 6 o'clock, no one would really be able to be watching the live. Okay, we're just about to break this support in the Ichimoku cloud. Once we break this support on the Ichimoku cloud, we're going to drop. It looks like Wednesday in Tokyo is a dump day, and it looks like Wednesday in New York is going to be a dump day, fam. Okay, so if we're looking at the fib here, just some normal retracement levels here. We're breaking through the 382. We're hitting the 5. Essentially, you break this area right here at about 86.6. You're going to come down to this region, and then after that, just blow through. So you should get a stronger dump candle on this next candle here. This is the worst drop I've ever seen in crypto. You break a trend and you're literally ranging while dropping. I kid you not, guys, ranging. It's bouncing off the fair value gap. That is why, right? So you're hitting that fair value gap. It will most likely blow past it, though, for sure. So my target on this short is going to be about 83.9 in the shorter term. But again, remember what I said, guys. It could bounce off of 86 and range. The trend is your friend, fam. The trend is your friend. Okay, what is Cardano doing? ADA. I've been waiting for the break on ADA, and I've been so focused on Bitcoin, trying to figure out if my TA was lining up. I was in my head a bit. So ADA is about to break support here. The reason I'm mentioning ADA, guys, is nothing is bullish about ADA. Nothing. I can't believe this. It didn't hit the top. None of these coins hit the top of their resistance. None. Not Bitcoin, not any on the downtrend. So ADA breaks to this area right here. ADA's going to dump to this previous low here. Well, no, ADA's going to break that. ADA's going to chase the wick. If Cardano breaks this wick right here, guys, you are absolutely going to dump on Cardano. 37.3. You will drop all the way to 27 cents. I like to call ADA drunk dad Cardano, essentially. Shout out to all the people on the live, guys. If you haven't hit that like button, please like it up. Right, so we got Cardano. We've got what else do we got? Solana. Solana is part of our large caps. So the same thing on Sol. Once it breaks, right? We've got this head and shoulder. We're literally a couple candles away on a Solana dumping all the way down to $95-ish. Boom, boom. So I would say about 95 bucks for a Sol, and then because now we're actually breaking trends, so I could actually talk about it. Yeah, around 100 to 95, we range a bit. I almost kept my Bitcoin long, guys, and then I'm like, wait a minute, this does not add up. So I'm glad I shorted. Glad I shorted it, flipped to a short. Yeah, there it is right here. This was the break of trend. Right there. We found it. So that is the high on Bitcoin. That is the high. You're going to see a massive drop. I'm not just fudding, guys. We just broke an actual trend from that November 80, whatever it is. So here it was right here. Now we'll say this, Ethereum has not done that. So if you look at Ethereum, for the people that have been here for a while on the live, you know, but if you guys look at Ethereum, Ethereum never did what Bitcoin did. So you can see pretty much Ethereum right here going to do the same thing. Okay. So here's my thought process. We're going to have a big drop. We're going to range wherever we're going to range. Ethereum's going to be dumping. And then everybody is going to say Ethereum's bullish because Bitcoin's ranging. Come and test this high and then continue to drop. That's my thought. That is my thought process on Ethereum, because we never did that yet. There we go. Now the drop's happening, right? So we could even break 85 right now on the live. Going to be some pretty big sell pressure coming in here. Pretty big sell pressure going to be coming in. No more trend. Broke the trend. I think we're almost at the bottom of our 15-minute time frame too. Yep, 15-minute is touching the bottom. 30-minute is going to touch the bottom. And then we've got our 1 hour slowly going to be touching the bottom. What is up, Ty Scott? How you doing? There goes Ave. Boom, baby. Ave is dumping. If you held the Ave short, guys, you are absolutely about to print money. I like 166, but I'm going to be real, and we're going to talk about 175. Before 166. Loza, I appreciate you. Any plans for the channel moving forward? Absolutely. All I'm going to give you is Mr. Beast and trading. Look at what he does on his channel, how he gives back. And that is all I'm going to say for 2026. Mixed with some fun entertainment and adrenaline. Man, this drop is slow though. Like we're bouncing off this fair value gap. That's why but we broke the Ichimoku cloud. We broke the support of the Ichimoku cloud. There we go. We broke it right there. So you can see that we've held this support on the cloud for quite a while. Support, bounced off the cloud, pumped. $30 bars coming in hot here. We haven't even dropped. Because this hasn't crossed yet. So yeah, 30 bars. I thought it would be this candle, but it's probably going to be the next two candles that are really going to bring us down. Imagine Red Bull Extreme Sports Beast Trading Traveling. CJDV, I can't tell you my ideas, brother. Trading is about to get very fun in 2026 for a lot of people. And guys, we're going to be showing you how to get funded accounts, prop firm accounts. Prop firm accounts, all right? All right, what else do we got here? How low can Aster go? So I guess the head and shoulder target. Do I like the cloud lines versus the cloud itself? Yeah, I don't really like the cloud. The cloud gives me too much 88. I can't do the cloud. So Aster can drop all the way down to 52, but in the shorter term, 66. Yeah, Aster's in a downtrend. Man, this dog here is... I'm just trying to see why that 4-hour MACD hasn't crossed. I don't like that. Oh, yeah, it's crossing. Okay, so it's curving down. It doesn't necessarily need to cross, but it is curving down. The 3-hour. Let's look at the 8-hour time frame. Yeah, 8 hours completely dumping. So the 8 hours is a very prominent time frame, guys. If you ever want to know a direction in the market, look at the 8-hour trend. XRP down to 70 cents. That has to be a different currency. Yeah, I was like US, that's probably a different currency. XRP though. So here's my thesis on XRP. I honestly could be completely wrong. Keep on hitting that like button, guys. We're at almost 80 viewers. We're breaking records here. We are definitely going to go chase the wick here on XRP, guys, for sure. Boom, 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 boom. There's a possibility because this is an uptrend from 2024. Slight possibility we bounce in this area right here and then continue up. Oh, you think XRP could go to 70? Yeah. You need to break this uptrend first because XRP is on a massive uptrend. But XRP is not looking good. If you draw your wow. 30 bars, XRP is going to tank. XRP is absolutely going to dump. You're about to break the support on the Ichimoku cloud in the weekly. The ETF news did nothing for the market, guys. Nothing. Bitcoin's literally right at the support on the Ichimoku cloud on the weekly. We have not broken the Ichimoku cloud support since since 2022. Since 2022, guys, we have not broken the Ichimoku cloud support. Can I look at Aptos? Take profit on Ethereum? Sure, I'll give you another take profit after I look at APT. Wow. Tell me we're bearish without telling me we're bearish. Kevin, I completely agree with you, for sure. I don't know what to tell you on Aptos. If it breaks here, it could potentially go down to $1 roughly. Caesar, what is up? Welcome to the fam. Thank you for commenting. I appreciate you. Thank you for taking the time out of your day to be here. There, the volume gap right below the cloud 2 on Bitcoin. Yes, you're right. Great call out. Great call out to about 71K. So that lines up with our daily channel, guys, right? Bayer, what is up? Thank you for commenting. Welcome to the channel. Make sure you guys download the app, our website, guys, if you're new. It is completely free. I don't want money from you. Just download it, beastlimitless.com. Post all your wins right here. I post trade setups, and we're going to be doing a seminar. And come say hi in the pack chat. Okay, for all the new people, beastlimitless.com. What was I doing? Ethereum. Sorry, guys, Bitcoin is so slow. I would love it to drop a lot quicker. So my target on Ethereum, I'll go to my liquidity blocks here. Yeah, so we wicked up off of that equilibrium support right here. PC, is it the same as Mighty? It is Mighty. It just says beastlimitless.com now. We took away the Mighty. CJDV, how you doing tonight, brother? Guys, smash up that like button, fam. Let's absolutely run it up. Okay, so my target on Ethereum for the trend break, once this actually breaks trend, is about 2,800. $27 to 2,800 on ETH, but ETH needs to break the trend. And then you're going to drop down to about 27, 28. And by break of trend on Ethereum, I mean that channel I was showing you guys earlier. We already broke the cloud. You're looking at about 2,300 bucks on ETH. ETH just won't drop. This is ludicrous, man. Aave is going to drop, guys, but ETH is really going to take down Aave. So if you want a really big drop on Aave, then you essentially need Ethereum to drop. Okay. Aave is definitely dumping, but could be dumping a lot more if Ethereum just tanks. But yeah, for the people in Aave, guys, you're looking at about 175, 176 at the bottom of the channel. Here would be absolutely funny. What if we dumped through the night and then New York pumped us from 84 all the way back to 86? Could happen. Do I think it'll happen? No. But anything is possible. Okay, guys, so we'll end the live at 3 hours. We have 15 minutes left. Just because we know the direction of the market and we kind of know all our support areas. I do want to go look at Turbo. I want to see if any support is being broken here. So Turbo is going to dump eventually. Once Turbo breaks this area right here, guys, you're coming down. So make sure you guys are setting an alert right here for under this area here, because you're looking at a huge drop on Turbo. Turbo will tank. Once we break this fair value gap, we're definitely going to drop, guys. So we need to essentially break this fair value gap. We've already closed a 5-minute candle there. And Tokyo is going to be closed. Tokyo's going to be ending shortly here, and London's going to be opening. What time is it in London right now? 5:20. So in a couple of hours, London will be beginning the party, and I doubt they're going to pump it. I don't see them pumping it. I see them selling off, but anything could happen. Yeah, we're almost at the bottom of the 20-minute and then the 30-minute, and then all of our RSIs will catch up to each other. Who thinks New York is absolutely going to dump it tomorrow, being it is a Wednesday? We do have a little trend here at about 85.6. Let me go to Bitcoin here real quick. 85.6. Where's 85.6? 85.6 in this area right here. Yeah. There's a little trend right here that we got to keep an eye on. London CPI at 11 UCT. Thanks, brother, for posting that. Guys, stuff like this makes it very, very good for everybody to see what is happening with the market. Remember, guys, I will be giving away $50 the next live. Once I could figure out my exchange thing. I can't withdraw anything right now, so. Dump it, baby. If Bitcoin goes down to 84 tonight, I would say New York is going to pump. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe we just crash and burn. But this would be a quick drop if we already hit 84 before New York. We did break the trend, so we could just dump to 81K. Not 100% what New York is going to do. I'm going to have to figure it out. As of right now, we broke the trend. New York isn't going to pump nothing. You guys have POS. What do you mean point of POS? Yeah, 85-ish. Because this isn't even a trend. It's just support, major support. I appreciate you guys all on the live. It means a lot. Limit position. I'm already in a short. Now we're starting to really come down, guys. So we're trying to break through this fair value gap. We broke it. Fair value gap is done. Now this is a fair value gap for short positions. Silver just broke 66. There you go. Money is flowing into metals and out of Bitcoin. Yeah, silver is going to around 74, guys. Like the top of the yearly channel here. Silver is absolutely popping off. Money is going into metals right now. I'd be cautious around 74, but if we hit 74 and drop, that would be a good short. You could literally see Bitcoin's dumping and money's going into metals. Silver, potentially. We could just keep on dropping, keep on dropping. I'm loving the dump. Who's making money, guys? Let's hear it. Okay, now we're hitting our conversion line. So we may get a bit of support here. Maybe. I don't think we will. Short term, maybe. Otherwise, we just blow past it down to about 84-ish. Okay, guys, smash up that like button, guys. Let's run it up. Let's run it up. Shout out to all the new people, guys. Remember, we have a live at 8 to 8:30 a.m. tomorrow. And it is going to be an interesting one. Fireworks, fireworks. All right, let's check out copper because silver's pumping. So how about copper? Up 485 short on my 500X short on BTC. Let's go, Kevin. Shout out to you, brother. Copper's not doing it. Just silver. Just silver. That's a big drop. Shout out to the Philippines. I'll be going to the Philippines. I've been to the Philippines. I've been a lot of places. Palawan, Tarlac, Boracay, Cebu, to name a couple. I'm losing my voice. Yeah, we're gonna have a little bit of support here, guys, but we're definitely gonna blow through it. Next live is 10 hours, so 8 to 8:30 a.m. CST time. You're probably going to be sleeping. All right, guys, that's all I got for everybody today. We just approached 3 hours. I am absolutely gassed. I hope everyone made money. You may have a bit of support here, the conversion line, maybe. But we do know the trend is down. So I hope you guys all have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow night at 8 to 8:30 p.m. tomorrow night. Join the app, beastlimitless.com, so you get all the stuff in the X account. That's all I got for you guys today.